Okay, so we finished the layout of the model. So we have created the windows, the doors, and also we put in all the items for the wall. So the next step would be we have to open this part here, which is known as the building template manager. So actually, prior to doing the model, you have to do this one first, the building template manager. Okay. Why you have to do this one first? Because it is the setup of the model, so you don't have to do it twice, or for every walls that you have to repeat the same process again. But for the sake of showing the steps, the correct step for building a model, you have to to start to do the model first. What I can do is later and apply it. Okay, so let's go into construction. So the default construction here, it is named template, is named as default, so you can create your own template. Okay, so just click this plus sign there. I can rename it. Okay, let me see how to rename this. Right click, no, this one. Hold on. Okay, let me see how to change the name. I'm supposed that this can be changed. Let's delete this. Oh, this is template. Let me see. Okay. Can we rename this? Add. Copy. Okay. Import templates. Construction database. Oh, you have to save it first. All right. So this is the additional template which is going to change to your name later. So as you can see here, all these are the construction which is imported or acquired from the IES database. So basically what you need to do next is to put in all the input for the construction material of this building here, this one. Okay, so let's go back to the building template manager. Okay, not sure whether this one is correct or not, so let's use copy. Click this one. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to change is the wall. Okay, let's go into the external wall here, and then you click edit construction. Okay, so let's change this into Malaysian typical brick wall. Okay, so the way that it is constructed for the wall for IESVE is that you have to read this part here. So you don't be bothered about this. You can change it if you think that you know all the inputs, but basically we have the items in IESVE, so all the information has already been pre-installed in IES. The calculations are also pre-installed, meaning that they already done the study, they done the research, and all the information have been placed inside the IES. Okay, so you can see that we have surfaces, so how much emissive of thermal emissivity, so the solid substance property, its resistance to thermal transfer. Okay, and from the inside, this one comes from here, this material which is used in the construction of this wall. Okay, since that we are going to look into external wall or opaque wall, so we can see that this thing is layers by layers. Okay, starting from outside to inside. So this is outside, so the bottom one will be the inside. So the first layer of this wall is a metal, meaning I think this is a cladding. So the second part, the thickness is 50 mm, but it is empty. What does this mean? It means that this is just a cavity wall, so there's just an empty space of air. So air is one of the good type of insulation. It's free, but you have to construct the wall to have a gap. Okay, so next part is 81.4 millimeters. So they added an insulating material. So I guess this is not a Malaysian wall because it is built for colder climate, so they don't want to to release the heat outside. So that's why they have these three insulating material. They have the air, they have the insulating material, and then they have the another gap there, another 50 mm cavity wall. Okay, and last one is plaster. Right, so I'm going to change this. This is not Malaysia, so I'm going to delete all this. Okay, then leave one, because you need one at least to start to do the construction of the wall. So because in Malaysia, the wall, brick wall which is being constructed, typically they have a plaster, okay, and then they have the brick wall, and then they have the plaster again. So I'm not sure if you understand what I'm trying to show you. Let me just search in internet. Okay, Malaysian brick wall construction section. Okay, so this is a Malaysian brick wall. So the external part will be here. They have a fine mortar base grade, and then they have plaster finish. Okay, or the option 2, this is in external wall. D is, what is D? Basic render. And they have C, which is C in the inside wall. So let's just use this cross section at A as our reference. Okay, so we know there is a thickness. Okay, B, there's a brick wall, common brick wall. So common brick wall will be around 125 mm. So we just key in here. Sponge finish 15. So they have how many layers? 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. But the B is optional. Okay, B is not necessary, but B here is a plaster finish, thin finish. If you having the same thickness for internal wall, because they have to have a finish from the a clean finish for the surface of the wall, so that's why they have two types of walls. So you can create this later on. Okay, so where is this? Just key in search for Malaysian brick wall section, and you come up with this view here, or this image. Alright, so let's go back. So the first part is D. D will be fine, basic render sponge finish 15 to 20 mm. Okay, did. So what do we have to do next is to edit this. Okay, hold on. Go to system materials. So put in render cement. Where is the cement? Scripts and renders. Okay, so just put in external rendering. Okay, copy. You need to copy first. Okay, close and paste. Now we have the cement renders. Let's go back to the internet and try to find out what is the thickness. So the thickness for cement render is 15 to 20 mm. Just put in 15 mm. Okay, thickness. Edit. How do we edit this? Okay, 15 mm. Right. This part here you need to double click it if you want to edit, but this two part here you can edit also. This one you can, this one, or you can choose. Okay, you can click, copy, and insert. So the second layer would be the brick. So let's just find brick, which is 120 mm. Brick, this is 125. I don't know. Put in 115 mm. Okay, let's change this to brick and block work. Okay, if you want to get the exact item or the exact material for this, this one is wrong. Okay, because it is using the characteristics of script and renders. So you just need to get it from the correct material in the system material. Okay, let's choose brick and block work. And let me see, what's the name of the brick again? It is a common brick wall. Okay, common brick wall, brickwork, outer leaf, brickwork, outer leaf, brickwork, common brick. All right, copy and insert. Okay, so as you can see, they have different properties. Okay, so if you choose to copy from the previous material, so it's going to have, it also is going to copy its characteristic. So this is going to be incorrect in terms of doing it. So let me delete this one, change this to 115. Okay, this is brickwork. So the next layer is let me see, layer C. Layer C is 15, a basic render, so the same one. You can copy this one. Okay, copy and then insert. Oh, we have to move this down, flip. Oops, flip this one. So flip this one. No, why is it going up? Let me just change this flip. Okay, I'm unable to move it, so we have to delete this one. Copy, delete. Okay, and copy and insert. Where do I insert this? Insert. Oh no, I have to copy this one, I guess. Insert. Alright, so delete this one. Why I changed the location? Because the layer and the correct location is really crucial for you to do the simulation analysis. Okay, so the next part will be, let's see, a thin plaster 2 to 3 mm. Okay, so we need to put in plaster of 3 mm. Okay, so let's go back into the system material, choose plaster. Where is plaster? Plaster. Okay, let me see, a lightweight plaster. Copy, close and insert. Okay, oh, okay, so I have to copy this, paste. Oops, undo. How can I undo this? Oh no, I cannot undo it. So I have to copy this, copy, and I have to change this, paste. Okay, and plaster, I have to choose this back, copy and paste. So it's going to change the material for the existing material. Okay, so we have 4 layers of brick wall, a typical Malaysian brick wall, and each layer is constructed from outside. From the top is outside, so the inside will be at the bottom. Okay, so you can repeat that with other materials for the building envelope. For example, the internal walls. Okay, you can put in the data input for the roof, for the floors. Okay, even for the internal floors. And now I'm going to show you how to create the material for fenestration, the opening and also the door and the window. So you click OK. Now let's go to door. Okay, click edit construction. Right, so existing is timber, so the thickness is 37, so I don't think we need to change that unless if you want to change the frame. Okay, right now it's timber, because certain construction of Malaysian residential buildings, they change this part into steel. Okay, the frame is made out of steel, so you can change this to steel or metals. Okay, you can choose from the system material. Let's put in metal. Metals. Okay, aluminium, copper, steel siding. No, metal deck, steel. Okay, you can choose either one. Copy, close and paste. Okay, so that's metal there, and that's for the frame. So we can, let's look into the window. Okay, edit construction. So let's put in aluminium window. So the construction is they have a double layer window in the, not in Malaysia, this is another country, so you have to delete this. So we only have one pane, outer pane. Okay, we need single float glass. So let's see, so there's no gas inside. Okay, so just leave it as it is. Okay, let's go and look into the frame. So the frame, you can change this if you think that right now it's using metal. As you can see, this is an aluminium casement window. Okay, change this to aluminium as its frame. And if you want to design, if there is a shading device outside, or you can put in the blind inside, so you can look into the setting inside this project construction in the building template manager and go into shading devices. Okay, so you have the local shade, meaning the outside. Is it projected from the wall, or is it just like a box up window? Okay, let me show you how it looks like. Okay, let's just look into this shading, window shading devices. So maybe some of you are not familiar with this, so you can look into the different design. So these are the different design. They have the protruding horizontal solar shading, you can also have the vertical, we have a movable horizontal, or you can have the vertical fins. Okay, so these are different types of solar shading for the windows, and this is the effect. Okay, you can choose later on. There are two ways to create this solar shading. One is put in the parameters inside the setting here. Okay, or you can create a object in front of the wall. Okay, so you can choose either way. But for the second part will be the external shade. This one is for the ones that you see, the shutter and the louvers, because you cannot create it in the local shade. It's quite impossible because there's no shutter or louver type of a design. So if you want to put in the shutter, so you choose this one. Okay, and the next one will be the internal shade. Is there any blind? Do you have any blind or curtain inside? Is it operational and we open at a certain time? Because this will affect the natural daylight, and also is going to affect the thermal properties from the solar coming in inside the building. Okay, so I'm not going to put in that thing yet, because I just want to have a very simple no overhang for the moment. Okay, later on maybe we can change that. Right, so just key in OK. Alright, so now we have changed the construction database for the building envelope. So we changed the door, we changed the window, and also we changed the external wall. And now you have to click OK. So you have to change and save this. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I have to double click it to change the name. So this is a Malaysian typical construction, and then just save. Click save. So there you go, you have the wall of the construction material for the wall. Okay, now we have to apply this into your model. So what you need to do now is to double click the wall. Okay, and you go into, so hold on, you can go into the tabular space data. No, locate, not this one. You have to look into hold on, yep, this one, assign terminal construction. Okay, so right now it is external wall. So is it using the correct wall? Yes, it is using the Malaysian typical brick wall, so this is correct. So you need to check one by one, okay, to make sure. Click. Okay, yep, this is internal partition. Internal partition, right now we didn't put in any setting for internal partition, so it's just using the typical one. Hold on, click this one. So this is Malaysian typical brick wall, correct. This is the ceiling, so I don't want to click the ceiling. Okay, alright. So let's go back. Okay, make sure you click the right surface. Okay, because right now I'm clicking not the surface, it's clicking the ceiling. So, but I want to click is the wall here. Okay, you click that. Check. Malaysian typical brick wall. Alright. That's correct. This is also the internal again, I think. See, typical brick wall. Okay, now let's check the door. 2013 door, correct. Okay, the access one is also correct. Let's see if the windows are correct. Yep, aluminium. Okay, so that's correct. Now, as you can see that it looks like the windows are not aligned to the center. So what you need to do is first you need to use this as a guide, meaning that you have to use the construction line. Click it. Okay, now you can see that there is a line there. Just a guide to show that when you move the window, it's not going to move freely, because it can move freely, so you don't want to let that happen. So next is to click in and find the center point. Okay, see here, this is 5, so it should be around 2.5, correct? Okay, there you go. So that's the center. Okay, now let's see whether this one is the same. It's not going to be the same distance. So what you need to do is to move this. Okay, press escape. So you need to select the object, and we have to move this object. To move this object, you need to choose this icon here, copy, move. Okay, move, there you go, and put it in the middle there. So snap, nope, this is snapping. Okay, oh no, it's not moving. So let me just delete this one. You can delete this, don't worry, you can copy it. Okay, move. Oh, let's move from the bottom. Let's use the bottom part as a guide. Move, zoom in, there you go. Now it's moving at the correct center point. Okay, the next will be, since I already deleted the other two, you need to put it again. Okay, so you can either draw the window, but since that is the same window side by side, so you just need to copy it. Copy. Oops. So it's too much, so I'm going to delete one. There you go. So now you have the perfect centered windows, and you have to remove all the construction lines. Okay, all right, so you have already the design of the apartment, a studio apartment. Okay, I'm going to show you the one object for the window overhang, the window shading. Okay, so let's say that the window of this apartment is using this type of overhang, okay, overshading. This simple horizontal solar shading. So normally in every apartment they have this. Okay, first thing that you need to do is to measure the height. Okay, to click it. Oh, double click. Why is it not clicking? Is it selecting? Okay. Yep. First you have to understand what is the height, because you want to create overhang on top here, correct? So you have to measure it. Measure length from here to here. So it's 2.1. Okay, so the height is 2.1. Okay, now let's go into the plan. The window is over here, correct? So please choose model it and go to model it. You have to change this into plan. Okay, and choose draw extruded shape. Draw plane. Now you have to draw an extruded shape. Okay, you have to change this into a local horizontal shading device. Okay, it is not a building space, it is a local shade. So just previously we measure the height from the floor or from the ground is 2.1, correct? So this height should be the height or depth, the thickness of the solar shading device. So normally the thickness will be 100, 0.1. Okay, and just draw a simple solar shading device. Okay, so let's see if that happens. Click there you go. So actually just now what I did is I assume, or I just put in the center of this object on top of the window, so it's just a guess, a wild guess. So if you want to make sure that is correct, you need to double click and check the solar shading. So it's not there. So to change this into right plane, so okay, left, now front, yep, there you go. So this is at the back, not front, there. So it is it in the middle? Yeah, somehow it is, but if you want to make sure properly it is the middle, so you have to measure it. So from here to here is 0.1, here to here is also 0.1, so that's correct. So just put in smack in the middle of the window. So there you go. So I've just shown you on how to create a model and put in all the items and the materials for the construction of the wall and the building envelope. So see you later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.